If you want to know what you spend every month on your EV, how far did you drive on your trips, what was your average consumption, all of your charging sessions, how many kilowatt hours did you charge, what is your ratio between AC and DC charging, and you don't want to write all of this down yourself, then Tronity is exactly what you need. Tronity connects to your car, a lot of brands are supported, and in the app or in the browser you can see all of this data. There's also a 100% tax compliant driver's logbook. Check them out in the link in the description below. Hello everyone, finally it's time. For a long time I wanted to test the charging on the new Volkswagen ID.3 Pro. You all know, and I say it every time, especially with these videos of the new 2024 model, I had an ID.3 First Edition Plus. It was also a Pro Performance version. That means it was a 58 kilowatt hour battery, and I did charging tests back in the day when it came out in September of 2020. The peak was 103 kilowatt or something like this, and then after 25% it went under 100 kilowatt. Then there was the update 2.4 in, I don't remember when, I think 22, and then the peak was 33 kilowatt or something, but it also went down very, very fast. The difference was, I think, 2 minutes, 10 to 80%, was not a big deal, and it was just in the bottom where there was a change. But now the new ID.3 Pro 2024 model has also a new battery. It's a 59 kilowatt hour battery, not 58 kilowatt hours usable as before. And I wanted to know, is the charging curve different? And I was excited to see. Last weekend on Sunday I did my range test, 110 kilometers an hour range tests. And after the 130 kilometers range test, in the morning I preheated the battery, because the car can do that now. It has ID software 5.0 and the new hardware and everything. It's awesome. I preheated the battery, did my range test afterwards, and battery temperature was perfect for charging, and it said in the car, I was, I think, at 5 or 6%. It said that I could charge with 146 kilowatt, and I said, yes, that's already better than my old car. But how will the curve be? Will it be again just a little peak and then go down extremely fast, and when you have to charge to 80%, which you might have, since it's not a gigantic big battery? That means in the winter especially, 200 kilometers of range at 130 takes a lot out of the battery. That's just how it is. So I did my filming of the charging session and I analyzed it. We're gonna look at the screen that I filmed of Ionity. I charged to, what was it, 4 or 5% to 90%. Then we look at the curve, see a little detail. Then we compare it to my old car, and especially the kilowatt hours charged into the battery, the time 10 to 80%, and then also the range added into the battery. And here we go. I started at 3% even, and it goes up to 156 kilowatt and even higher. The peak is at 170 kilowatt. It's gonna be there right in a second. Where are we? There it was for a tiny little second, 170 kilowatt, and then it goes down at around 27-28%. Here it went down a bit but comes back up, and we will see that the 100 kilowatt, when it goes under the 100 kilowatt, which is always a magical thing, is above 50%. Now 49, okay, not above, 48-49%, way better than the old charging curve where it was at 30% or something. And then it goes down even slower, so it's not fast down at 60%. Back in the day I had maybe like 50 kilowatt or so, especially in the winter where it was not perfect temperature, couldn't preheat the battery. Here at 70% we still have 75 kilowatt, which is awesome. We have 450 volt. That is around the number we had back in the day. I think I had 460 or so at a full battery. That looks good. 80%, we still have above 60 kilowatt. This is awesome. This is a great charging curve. Volkswagen did really, really well with this. So you can charge to above 80% and it's not so long. We're gonna see the times. It's amazing. And there we are, 35 minutes for 55 kilowatt hours. And here now we have the whole charging session as a graph, and as you can see very fast it goes up to here 168 to a peak of 170 kilowatt, goes a bit down, a bit more, and then here's a real thing down. And again, I don't know if this is intended or if there was a problem with the charger, battery was too hot, too cold or anything. If there was anything that shouldn't have been, because it looks like the curve, when you follow it, it looks like it should be up here like this. So I don't know if this dip is like it should be. No idea, but under 100 kilowatt at 48%, under 50 kilowatt we don't even see, even to 90%, and 10 to 80% charging time is 26 minutes. So like an ID7, of course ID7 has a bigger battery, but again, that is very, very nice. It's time to compare. Here is our graph. In blue is my old ID3 with software 2.4, so with the updated software. Before it was only 100 kilowatt or so, and then it went up to 133 kilowatt. And as you can see, the red is our new ID3. It's above the old one the whole time, and by a lot. I mean, here the peak is 133, our peak was 170. Around here we have 92, here we have 115. The old one went under 100 kilowatt at around 31%, now it's at 48. The old one went under 50 kilowatt at 80%, and here at 90% it's not even visible. This is awesome. Like I said, new ID3, 26 minutes, old ID3 with this new charging curve, 34 minutes. That's 8 minutes faster. That's incredible. That's really great. And when I think that the old version, so in 2020 when I got my ID3, it was 36 minutes, 2 minutes more. We're 10 minutes faster now with the newest version of the ID3 with this middle battery than it was than in the beginning. This is awesome. That's a third. Almost. And of course we see the same thing with the kilowatt hours charged over time. Red is the new version and blue is my old version, and you can see that here in the numbers too. After 5 minutes the new ID3 charged 1.2 kilowatt hours more. After 10 minutes it's almost 4 kilowatt hours. After 20 minutes it's over 7 kilowatt hours, and after 30 minutes it's 9 kilowatt hours charge more in the same time. We're done with charging to 90% after 35 minutes, where the old one charged to 100%, again almost an hour. And this is the new charging curve. And the last is the range added over time. The old version to the new version, there's no difference in consumption. Maybe a tiny bit, because the new ID3, the form in the front has changed a tiny bit. That black thing is gone, and there are little air things where the air can go through. But I don't know if this has a lot of impact. Maybe 0.5% or 1%. But I put in my consumption number that I had with my ID3 in the summer at 130 kilometers hour range test, and that is 199 watt hours per kilometer. And if I look at and then I calculate with this is with charging loss, of course, with the kilowatt hours seen at the charger. So this is not the exact number that goes into the battery, but it's hard to estimate what that would be. And again, we have in red the new ID3, in blue the old ID3, and you can see it here really well. After 5 minutes I have 6 kilometers more range charged into the new ID3. After 10 minutes it's 20 kilometers more. After 15 minutes, 27. After 20 minutes, what is that? 36. And after 30 minutes, it's 46 kilometers more. After 30 minutes, you charge 46 kilometers more range into a battery. 46 is a lot. That's not charged in a minute, especially when you are at 70–80%. 46 kilometers, it takes a while. Yes, this is in the summer, it's not in the winter where it takes a long time, but that is a great charging curve for a great car. So charging is not a reason to not get the Volkswagen ID3 Pro. Back in the day, especially when I got my ID3, you also have to think, when I got the ID3 in 2020, The other cars with that kind of battery were the Hyundai Kona, who can charge max 76 kilowatt or so. So 100 kilowatt was amazing. But then other cars came, and now 170 kilowatt peak in 26 minutes, 10 to 80%. That is just great. Very, very good. If you want to follow me on Instagram, BatteryLife1, and if you want to support the channel, there's a Patreon link in the description below, and here on YouTube there's also channel membership. And if you want to know what's happening behind the scenes, I have a third YouTube channel, Behind the Battery. But that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching, have a great day and take care. Bye!